Hi everybody, it's Lynn from Lynn's Crafts Designs. Silver Primo. And surprise, surprise, I found my white Primo. The reason I couldn't find it, because I put it in the wrong bag. This one is the translucent and pearl white bag. So, I had a pretty good chunk, even. Okay, now I'm back with you. Hi everybody, it's Lynn from Lynn's Crafts Designs. I've got these. Oh, they're filthy. I think I don't clean my molds. I've got these seahorse molds. Okay. I'm gonna give it an attempt to do a bezel with seahorse molds. Now, I've done quite a few stones with seahorses that have actually sculpted the seahorses. But I'm gonna try these. I thought I would try something that maybe y'all would have. And I know this one in particular is pretty available out there. It's on Amazon. I believe it's it was gonna come to me, but it's a name brand. This one also came from Amazon, but I'm pretty sure you can find it too. That being said, why I made the big deal out of finding the white is because I thought I was out of white. What I want is the pearl white. And yes, I just put that white back in the same bag. I want a little bit of the silver and some of the pearl white. Now, I don't want to make a ton of this. Enough to do. I've also got this one, but I want to try. I'll see if I can find it before the video's over. I want to try to find some seashells. I've got a mold that's seashells, and I want to find a starfish. Again, I've done all this before, but just sculpting the stuff out of polymer clay. I thought I would try something that y'all might have. In your polymer clay arsenal, because that's quickly what it becomes. I was just doing a little bit of hunting around on my channel, and something made me realize I've had my YouTube channel for 12 years this year, and I only have 20,000 subscribers, y'all. Sad as it is, but I love every one of you. But I've been doing polymer clay now for close to 13 years, no, 17 years. Okay, I don't know how much that is, some, but I'm going to do less of the pearl clay. Oh my Lord, my phone is ringing again. I'm just going to ignore it. It's less than half of what this is. Maybe a third of what this is. That really is unimportant. Unimportant. I'm going for a lighter than silver. Silver, obviously. But what I want to do is I want to put a little of this. I'm sure it's just the Unicone powder that I got a whole bottle of, but it's a macro pearl mica powder, meaning that it has larger chunks than the micro pearl, which is your regular pearl X. So I'm gonna roll this out a little bit and put some of this on there. Back in the beginning, when I first started in Polymerclay, I used to mix a lot, most of my own colors. Never wrote anything down, never had a formula. It was because everything I do is one of a kind, so why would you write that down? In hindsight, I wish I would have, but I still don't. So, like I said, I'm going to roll this out a little bit and put some of this on there. Okay? Okay, this is only rolled out on a 4. And the pearl has just enough translucence to it to let this work. Oh good, I have a little pink on my brush. Again, won't matter. Okay, like I said, ignore the pink. Just a bit of cross-contamination. Now, I'll mix these two together, and I'll be back. Hey, now that's a bright, nice bright silver. Okay, this is another of those Cool Tools texture stamps. This one is Dragon of the Sea. Now I'm going to roll this from the middle out, trying not to distort the image quite so much. Hubby brought me a cup of chicken broth. Warm. Now, just thinking about it, that might not have been the best idea. But it did work out. Oh my gosh, you want to talk about sticking your tongue out concentration. goodness. Glitter on everything. Alright. Because I don't, because I'm not worried about clarity or anything like that, I'm just going to bake this at regular clay temperature for about 30 minutes. And I'll be back. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, these came out of the oven. That one I hit with the heat gun a little bit and burned it a tiny bit, which is really hard to do. But this one, that one turned out really cute. Alright. Okay. I've got my bacon blonde. I can get it under the... Now, this stone wound up the dome being off center, so I have to decide which. Alright, I really like this way best. Not that I couldn't flip it around after I glue it down, but okay. Once again, don't spread it out. Plenty of people spread it out. I'm not saying that's a bad thing to do. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of that silver, but I'm going to have to get it back out. Now I've rolled out a snake that's probably about, well, let's measure it. It's 14 inches long, not that that matters. And if you have an extruder, feel free to extrude. I have one. I know y'all won't believe that, but I have one and have had it for ever. It's just in a drawer that is not accessible at the moment. Not that I would probably use it anyway. I have a problem with items that only have one purpose. That's why I didn't buy. Well, I've been working with Polymerclay since before all these newfangled things, so to speak. There was TLS, which is what they called it back in the day. But there weren't a lot of tools. I had my clay blade, my pokey tool. Now Sculpey did have a set that had, well, probably still do. It has like a pokey tool, and it's silicone on the other end, I think. Maybe not the pokey tool one, but... Alright, I'm sorry. I talked through all this. All I did was fold the snake in half and twist. Now, some places will need to be twisted more to even it out. Alright, like this bit right here in the middle. Alright, and then it'll need to be stretched to even out. I'll show you what I mean. To even it out in thickness and in roll. In denseness of the twists. Alright. There we go. Now, because this is raw to raw clay, I won't necessarily need to put any bacon bond. Chop that off. Alright, now y'all know I like to put my seam at the bottom most times. This time I'm gonna hide it behind that seahorse. Yeah. Now, although we bacon bonded that stone down, it will want to move around. Alright, I knew that was gonna happen. Hold on a second, I'll get back on frame. Just have to look from the top, make sure that that's making contact all the way around. Alright, let's try. To give this area back a little bit of its thickness there. Now, I'll put a jump ring for sure up here at the top. But I'm thinking about adding one down here to the bottom as well. But, first of all, and decisions. I've got some of this Gorilla Glue. There we go. That's a little better. Along here also. It's just a little bit, but it's enough that it will show from the back. Alright. Now, I'm going to take some of this evil super glue. I just call it evil because it's almost empty. Maybe. Okay. But I just want it to hold the face and the belly down. So, I'll be back. Okay, sorry the camera didn't film, but I did put jump rings top and bottom, and I did put another backing on it. Okay. Alright, now I'll just put this in the oven. This is just liquid, translucent liquid Sculpey, so it should go right in the oven, along with the Polymerclay, and that's Polymerclay, so we're all good. I'll probably only do this for about 45 minutes. Alright, 275. Alright, now I've coated it with the first coat of Swelligent metal coating. This Swelligent line, Christy created it especially for use with Polymerclay. It does work with metal. It does work with like wood, paper, leather. This one is the silver. The silver metal coatings. That means it has particles of metal in the paint. Alright. This is the Swelligant Patina line. Now, she's got a rust, green gold verdigris, like a sapphire, but this one in particular is the darkening. Now, silver only darkens. That's really all it does. But because Christy created these dioxides, I am sorry I didn't open these ahead of time, y'all. These dioxides that work perfectly well with, you can either mix them with this metal coating to change the silver a bit to a bluey silver. That'd be pretty. You can mix it with, you can drop it on the wet patina and it will bloom right along with the patina. That's what I'm going to do today. I've got the Caribbean, I don't know what it's called. Caribbean something or other. Or Caribbean, however you want to say that. Blue. This one is the Chartreuse. Chartreuse. And it is very pretty. Okay, all of these products need to be shaken first, because settling does happen. Even the patina, although it's probably not necessary. So, first thing, now after all that explaining, first thing we need to do, although this has already been coated, now Christy recommends for the Polymerclay that you put on what she calls the prep. The prep is a white product. That's the only reason I'm not using it. Because I did use the silver already, and this the translucent liquid Sculpey. All that being said, once again, this is made to work on a wet paint surface. So, grabbing my paintbrush. Well, I'm not sure that's the correct one, and it's not. I would have ruined another paintbrush. Swelligant, as well as other acrylic paints, they will just ruin a paintbrush. Just a fact, over time, because the particles are large enough that they just damage the fibers of the brush. So just go get yourself a cheap set of paintbrushes. Alright? We're gonna dampen down this. Now I want to get it where it'll go in all the nooks and crannies, so don't just paint the surface. Now I'm not worrying about the back right now. Alright. Now, Christy does carry these little, they're natural sea sponges. Just gonna pour a little bit. In the cup. Dampen the sea sponge all around. All around. Sound like Mr. Haney off of Green Acres. And I get this question asked occasionally about why I sound drunk. I did have a couple of strokes a few years ago, so it is nothing but a product of having a stroke. So, don't think I'm drunk. I occasionally have a beer, but that's about it. Okay, now we're just gonna let that set and do its thing. But if I can get this to open, I'm gonna just drop a little bit of each of these. Now I did add a little bit more of that green just because I wanted it to wash some of the blue off. Okay. This is just my paper towel I've been using. Just want to get that off the stone if I can. Off the Polymerclay stone if I can. Just because it will soak down into your stone. Okay, Christy makes a sealant to go over these, but she suggests you wait 72 hours till it cures before you seal it. Now the stone itself I will brush with some Varathane, although it's got a nice sheen to it. Okay, final step. I just took a bit of the leftover Super Sculpey Primo. Not sure where that came from. Alright, I'm just gonna run a hole through it. Y'all probably seen me do this 100 times. Probably more than that. Alright, now I'm gonna leave it on the pen. Maybe. No, I'm not. Take a bag, open it, and pour just just a little bit. That's probably too much. And then I'm going to put that. This is going to be a pearl, in case y'all are wondering. Alright. Put the lid back on the rest of that. Sorry y'all, this is still just some of that cheap mica powder I bought off of Amazon a while back. I haven't put away all my new mica powders, so they're not easy to get to. Alright, I'm just gonna shake the bead around. Then I'm gonna kind of Alright. Just go up a bit from the pearl itself. Not quite that much. Fold it over at an angle. I'm using my finger as a measurement, so to speak. Then I'm just gonna, there's a cutter blade, set of cutter blades. Okay, right there. If your pliers don't have that, if your needle nose pliers don't have that, just use your cutters, which I have those also. Alright, I'm just gonna roll that back around into a eye. Okay. Now, after I did that, I'm gonna kick that just like opening a jump ring. Put it on the right end, Lynn. Just make sure you open it enough to fit the other jump ring in. Then we'll just reverse that. A little bit more. And there we go. It's really cute. I haven't done one this nice in a while. It's probably just the summery colors. I'm missing some summer. I'm a summer girl, not a winter girl. Alright. So, just a little sealer on this swelligant after it cures a little bit more, and it's good to go. Alright. Thank y'all so much for watching. I've really enjoyed doing this piece. I'll try to find the molds and leave the links to those. They're in my Amazon shop. Okay? Alright. Please like, share, and subscribe. I've really enjoyed this this video. Y'all are some great subscribers. Alright, bye for now.